The much-awaited 74th Miss Universe Pageant is set to be held in Thailand on November 21st.
And we are lucky to have with us the Filipino behind the Miss Universe franchises in 4 countries and 3 of his beauty queens. Please welcome the founder of the House of Yugen, Josh Yugen, and Miss Sweden Daniella Lundqvist. We'll also talk later to Miss Egypt and Miss Denmark. So thank you so
Welcome
much
to
for
the
joining
Daily
us.
Dish, guys.
Thank
Thank you so much.
Oh,
Thank
I'm
you.
so excited to have you guys here. First of all, Josh, it has been, I looked through your resume, I looked through what you've done. You are trying to be a visionary in this particular field and industry. And it all started back in 2021. How in the world did a Filipino become the national director for multiple franchises of Miss Universe?
Well, first and foremost, I'm very thankful to Miss Universe organization because I have a different story. In 2021, they offered me to handle Bahrain. So we started the Gulf countries. So I actually have a PR company based in Dubai.
Yeah.
And we actually were the first one to bring Catriona Gray during her reign 2018 in Dubai. And I have a very good relationship with Miss Universe organization. And they told me, Josh would love to open Miss Universe in the Gulf, and you're the only one who can do it because you're connected to the media and to celebrities. So of course, who am I to say no? I'm very honored to accept that. And afterwards, next year, I actually told him I want to handle one more country. And he said, what country? And he said, Pakistan, because I've seen a lot of Pakistani women in the Gulf, so beautiful as their neighboring country, India. And their neighboring country, India, has been joining and winning pageants. Like Sushmita Sen, of course, who won in her country. So I feel like, why there's no Pakistan in the Miss Universe? And I actually told him, can I handle that? And they said, like, you might have problems with that. And I said, like, well, I need to take a risk, and I love that. I told him, you cannot cross the ocean unless you forget the beauty of the shore. So I actually was given Pakistan, and they told me, can you handle Egypt too? Because, after a 4-year hiatus or 3-year hiatus, there's no Egypt, and they've been joining since forever. And I'm so glad that under my directorship, we got the first placement of Egypt last year.
Yes.
With
And she's with us today. So
with Lojina Sala.
Yeah.
And then this year, of course, I continue Egypt. And,
But Josh, wow! I mean,
there's a lot.
you keep adding on to your plate. But
this year added too.
I wanna find out about where was the interest in beauty pageants? How did you start? Was this when you were living here, or was it already in Dubai? What's the story?
When you're actually part of LGBTQ Filipino,
It's a prerequisite.
it's actually it's actually a rule for us, to be able to know about pageantry. No, but seriously, it's a passion for me.
Yeah.
I love to give platform to women, especially Miss Universe. In our country, it's very famous. It's like our national sports.
Oh, it is.
It is. Whether you're part of the LBTG, I'm bundling
LGBTQ+,
it, or you're not. It's a Filipino passion.
Yes,
We are one of the top countries in the world that's got more titles than most countries.
And we have the best trainers.
Yes,
That's
actually, I want to go to that point in just a bit, especially because Daniella's here, going to be training here as well, and of course, now working with the House of Yugen. First off, welcome back to the pageantry scene. If I'm not mistaken, you spent some time away. What's it like actually coming back?
Coming back for
pageantry,
for
yes.
pageantry. So I've been doing pageants for the past 8 years actually.
Yeah.
So I started in 17, but yes, I was actually competing last year.
Okay.
But before that, I had a few years break during the COVID.
Okay.
So this will be my 7th international pageant actually.
Wow.
So I'm super excited, and this is the biggest thing you can do within pageantry.
What's the allure, Daniella? Why do you still keep continuing to participate in beauty pageants? I'm sure it's a passion. That's not a question, but
why?
But why?
I think I just fell in love with it the first thing I did. I competed in the Miss Universe Sweden finals in 2017, and I fell in love with the girls and the women and the whole. It's a performance, it's an art form for me really, and I feel at home on the stage.
Yeah.
And also backstage when you are together with the girls and you're getting ready, you're dancing and vibing and everything. And going into the international stage, I felt so included in all the countries I've been to. I have met beautiful people, also not only the participants, but also, for example, the people here in Philippines. They greet you with such warmth.
Yes, but you know, Paolo, this is an interesting study because a lot of like, for example, our beauty queens, Pia, she tried several times, and other title holders also tried several times. And in your country, you weren't afraid of keep pushing and making sure that you get that international exposure. So how are you preparing yourself for the competition in November while you're here?
Yes, so this was the 4th time I tried the Miss Universe Sweden. So I know failure, and I know getting back
I
on the
wouldn't
horse.
say failure.
No, it's never a failure because you always learn something from it. Absolutely. So for the preparation, I have that in my backpack. I can use the knowledge I had from not being the Miss Universe Sweden, and I try again and I retry, and then you come back again. So here it's been amazing experience because we had the Passarella training, we had the Q&A training, and we have so much sponsorships and the preparation for all of us, the 4 girls that's here under the House of Yugen.
Oh, that's great.
So it's been an amazing experience. You can't get this in Sweden. You really can't.
I can imagine.
Yes.
Because Josh, you mentioned a while ago that what draws you to these girls, especially the ones that you're training, is the fact that they have a story. Is resilience what drew you to her as well?
True. So this year, I actually acquired Denmark and Sweden. So it's actually difficult, or it might sound challenging because Denmark is the reigning Miss Universe.
Yes.
So they were actually all surprised that it was given to a Filipino. But again, I have a very good relationship with Miss Universe. I think that I respect and understand their platform. And for me, it's actually about, it might sound cliche, but it's really about women empowerment. There are lots of stories that they need to be able to tell. Like, for example, Daniella, Sweden hasn't been joining Miss Universe for the past 4 years.
Yeah.
And they're actually the powerhouse of Europe. They won 3 crowns.
Yes, they did.
But there's a lot of stories that we didn't know just because they're first world. For example, Jentelov. There's a saying in Scandinavia that's called Jentelov, that you cannot be better than the others. But
Jentelov.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what about those girls who wants to be able to dream and who wants to become beauty queens? Because for me, a woman should be anyone. They can be doctors, they can be engineers, but they can also become beauty queens. So,
so to that point, Ferdy, sorry about that, but then because I want to go talk about the resume you had, actually enforcing that. If I'm not mistaken, with Bahrain, you actually pushed for the burkini.
Yes.
For Miss Egypt, who we have later on, she'll be the first for Miss Egypt to actually be from a minority, who's Christian and half Moldovan.
Yes.
And of course, when you take a look at Miss Regina last time around, she had vitiligo, right? So you're basically breaking whatever standards that we had.
it's a statement that we sent,
Yes.
to the world, or to the universe rather, because there's a lot of women that people can relate to, but it's not the standard of a beauty queen. But this is what we're trying to break. These are the stereotypes that we want to, smash.
Yes. But you know who's smashing it? My dear friend's research. It's amazing, Pao. I'm on the surface right here.
No, it's all right.
It's like, wow. But going back to what you said earlier, and people were surprised that, you took over the franchise of Sweden and Denmark. And to me, I think it's universal. It doesn't have to be a certain citizenship or nationality, right? And of course, do they always ask you, because you're Filipino and it's a powerhouse, do they feel more comfortable?
I think so.
Right.
And I feel like Filipinos, should not be in the box of we're just, engineers, doctors, or waiters. We can be like owners of companies. So I'm very proud that I'm a Filipino, aside from the corruption that we do have. But I'm really really proud of the Filipino hospitality.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the trainers that we do have. So for me, we are actually the number 1 in pageantry.
Do you choose who to train and support?
Yes. So I actually have amazing trainers. Like for example, Ian Lawrence, who trained Michelle D, is one of our trainers. Anton, who trained my queens, is the one training Sweden. So I actually give it to different trainers. So for me, giving jobs as well to Filipinos is something imperative.
Yeah. You know, Daniela, if I'm not mistaken, you did Miss World in 2019?
Yes.
Yes. So you did Miss
True.
World in 2019. Could you tell us just what's different between Daniela now and Daniela back in 2019?
I think I have worked with my advocacy, which is mental health awareness, and I have done it since 2019, and which is the year I entered Miss World. And in that stage, I know that I wanted to speak about it, but maybe I wasn't comfortable in myself at that point still. So I think I entered that because I was given a chance. I actually had 3 weeks to prepare for Miss World.
Okay.
So it was
Wow,
a big
that's very short.
surprise,
Yeah.
short amount of
And you
time.
have 2 weeks here.
And 2 weeks to prepare for this pageant.
Yeah.
So I'm used to short terms notice.
Yeah.
So for me, I felt not insecure, but I didn't know how to speak from my heart. And I didn't know how to deal with my knowledge within the struggle of mental health. But now, a few years later, it's been, how old am I even?
You don't have to say
You
it.
don't
to
have
me.
to say it.
I always deny
At
my
le-
age. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good. 6 years later, at least, I'm here, and I really feel that I have processed it myself, and now I know how to speak about it in a good way
Okay.
that can also empower other women that goes through the same.
Very quickly, Daniela, before we go on a break, what is your most favorite thing about the Philippines?
Oh, I love the people here because I feel really welcomed. In Sweden, we sit, like for example on the bus, we never sit next to each other. We always sit with one seat in between each other. So I really miss the social part, and you can really feel that here. You can
Yeah.
feel that people are inviting you, they see you and they greet you.
We're like
such a
sugar. You
beautiful
put a
way.
little bit of water, we all clump together.
Yes.
That is true. That is true.
All right. Thank you so much, Josh
Thank you
and
so much.
Daniela.
Thank
Up
you.
next, we'll speak with Miss Denmark and Miss Egypt. Stay tuned to The Daily Dish. We'll be right back.
Now it's Miss Universe Egypt, Sabrina, Majed, Erian. I hope I got that right. And Miss Universe Denmark, Monique, Sonne. Thank you so much, girls, for joining us. It's such a pleasure. How are you enjoying your time in the
you.
Philippines so far?
So far, it's really good. I really enjoy being here. There's a lot of good food and many amazing people here.
All right, how about you?
Oh, it's so great. I'm being first time here in the Philippines.
Yeah.
And it's so exciting, and people are so kind, helpful, and the food is so delicious here.
We're glad to hear that. But is it your first time in Southeast Asia?
No, I've been traveling. I was living 2 years in China.
Okay, wow, interesting.
Yeah,
It's my
and-
first time in Asia.
Wow,
Your
cool,
first
cool.
time, wow.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you're adjusted to the heat already?
Yes.
Okay.
But I love the heat. So
Yeah,
that's
really,
amazing.
but it's also humid here. So, sometimes, it affects your look to your hair and everything. So I'm sure that's a struggle. So when you arrived here, what were you expecting with the training and how you're preparing for your beauty pageant in November?
I was, of course, expecting we had to train a lot and be prepared.
Yeah.
But also, we got to see some culture, which I really also appreciate. So actually, so far, all the expectations are living up for it.
Nice. What about you, Sabrina?
So I came here first time to Philippines, and it's a good experience, honestly, because I'm also here for training and for my Q and everything. And I like it here, honestly, so I feel
You
like
can stay.
Yeah.
You don't have to
if I have a chance, I would do that. Obviously, I will. Yeah.
We would love that. We
We will
love
show
that.
you more culture.
Yes.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Speaking of Ferdy, that's a great
Yes.
segue because we were talking to Josh a while ago, and Sabrina, I want to go with you first because you're going to be the first minority Miss Egypt representing, in Miss Universe. You are Christian and half Moldovan, and I'm not too familiar with the background of Egypt. Why do you feel is it so important to represent your heritage, your culture in that way?
Yeah, and the minority, of course.
Yes.
Of course. Well, because I think it's first time I know that there is someone like mixed, like half Moldovan, half Egyptian. Because it was never common, and people do not know about this because they're like, oh, you have to be full Egyptian to represent your country, which is not absolutely true because you can be half mixed. And people were always calling me like, oh, you don't look like Egyptian, you don't look like Egyptian, your face is like more like a little bit European or a different country. But like, yeah, I am Egyptian and I'm half, and that's why make me to represent Egypt in that way because I want to show that yes, you can be different even though you're half Egyptian. And also Christianity, of course, some people told me that there was before representing, but we never speak about this because it was not really allowed I think that's why, and it was not popular. So right now it's getting really popular that, oh, she's like half Moldovan, half Egyptian, which is different.
But Paolo, I can't tell whether she's not Egyptian or not. I mean, I think you're just beautiful.
Yeah.
But how do you feel? Do you feel more Moldovan or Egyptian?
I feel both because
Okay.
because I have my mom. She's like more like Slavic vibe, and like she's like blondie. She's like my father's like Arab, like very like man, and it's different. So I have a two culture mixed. I live it in the both countries. So and I grew up in two different cultures. It's just something interesting, like it's different.
Yeah, it's so fantastic. Monique, I have to go to you now because we're going to have to talk about the fact that you are going to try to keep the crown in Denmark.
Yes, pressure.
Back to back.
Yes.
No, yes, of course there is pressure, but
Yeah.
again, it's my journey. It's new for me too. I will just take every day as it is, every day as an experience. So, yeah.
Has your predecessor given you advice, coaching, and did she tell you, okay, Monique, you got to do this. This is what you want to watch out for, and stuff like that?
We haven't really gotten to talk about anything, but of course a little bit advice here and there. But that's the same she gave to all of the others. So, yeah.
I want to get your comment on this because
Yes.
there was a few. I know, right? No, there was a statement that was going around based on your run here, because a lot of people have covered your arrival, your trainings. One of the things that stood out is that there's a statement going around. It is the new era of Scandinavian beauty.
Yes.
Do you feel that's true? And can you explain what that is?
Of course, I mean, in general in Scandinavia, beauty pageant is not a thing. It's not something we really like, oh, wow, and romanticize in kind of a way. So of course, in that way, it's new to represent Denmark. And also Victoria put us on the map, which is amazing. And of course, I mean, Scandi girls, it's a different look. Yeah.
But you know what, Paul? I gotta tell the girls, especially Miss Sweden, Miss Egypt, and Miss Denmark. You know we have a tradition here in the Daily Dish, because
Daily Dish.
every time we have a beauty contest guest,
Yeah.
they win.
They win.
Really?
Yes.
No,
Yes?
Really? It's true.
Yeah.
We already have
On this
two
channel.
winners, Miss Grand International, and Mr. Kurt was Mr. World, Mr. International.
Yeah.
Mr. International, and that was back to back, 3 weeks apart.
Yeah.
That's
So,
crazy.
Are you?
do you feel lucky to be here?
I mean, absolutely.
Yes,
to be here.
absolutely. Oh my God, yes.
I like how we made it all about ourselves.
Of course.
No, but I mean, you guys should. So.
I wish Miss Denmark was here so we can see her reaction.
Yeah, I know, but everyone's faces for sure. I mean, it's so great, and I think the nice thing is that you all have great stories to tell as well. Sabrina, going back to you, because your predecessor made a lot of waves because one, I think it was the first time Egypt finished that high in Miss Universe, and two, vitiligo. You're coming in with a different story as well. I mean, is that what you feel makes you a bit special, especially to Egypt itself, that you're coming in look a bit different but still more relatable to other people?
I think so, because Lujain Salak last year ago, she's Miss Universe Egypt. She went to top 30 and it became really popular, because also the thing it was that beauty pageant was not the thing in Egypt. Now it started to be going on, which I love it. And my story is also because I'm different as well, because I'm mixed, which is like, it's not really common, as I said before. That's why it makes me, I think, unique. And also my advocacy. It's also about the children help. We have a city called Garbage City. So that city is like carrying all the garbage from around the Cairo, Egypt, and it's like in one place.
Yeah.
I went there and I saw the condition of the life. It's not really the best,
Yeah.
I could say. And that's why maybe my advocacy is different than previous girls. So I think that's why I'm here today.
I love that you being different makes you more beautiful rather than sets you apart in a negative way. But Monique, we talked about advocacy a while ago. We heard from Miss Sweden as well. Where do you stand? What do you want to try and push?
Well, of course, there's a lot of things I would like to do something about, but especially mental health. For me, that's really a thing, and especially in Scandinavia.
Oh, okay.
Mental health, because we don't have the same kind of problems as maybe other countries, but especially mental health is so important. You can look so amazing outside, look you're so happy, but inside that's where it really counts, which is terrible.
Is it a concern in Denmark at the moment?
Yes.
Is it because of
we're one
societal
of the countries,
pressures? Or
yes, but we're one of the countries that use most antidepressants too.
Oh my
which
goodness!
is really not good, of course, that we have to do that. But also we're known to being the happiest countries, which is also kind of ironic,
I
right?
got a debate on that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
We'd fight on
I
that.
mean, there's a lot about that, but
Yeah. Maybe it's because of all the antidepressants.
yes,
Yeah.
maybe.
Maybe,
It could
right?
be.
It's
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
She brought that up, not me. That's so funny.
But
Yes.
how's the training so far here in the Philippines? Of course, we are, as mentioned earlier, we're
Yeah.
quite popular for training beauty queens.
And you
How-
guys are good at it.
Yes,
I mean, we learned the
absolutely.
hips to move and everything.
You look like you're about to.
Yeah, I think we can become more confident
Nice.
because when we learn it, we have a certain way we have to walk, and I feel like we become more
right?
unique in kind of
Yeah.
a way. And I have a really, really good trainer.
So
Sabrina.
it's the same here for me because I never trained passerella in
Yeah.
my whole life. It's like first time. I got like cried. I had like upside down my mood, and I was like, why is that so hard? Because in the video you can say, oh, it's so beautiful. She walks so like gentle and professional, but it's so hard. It's like because I work in model, and it's so different walk
Yeah.
from modeling.
So different.
And
Yeah.
then passerella, because passerella it's really work.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
you really put effort, and I think Philippines is the best country for training. That's why we're here, because the Philippines has I think the old beauty pageant, all the queens winning the crowns. So I think that's the reason why
Yeah.
we're here. They're like so good.
Yes,
Yeah.
the passerellas here, especially for our candidates, actually have names for their passerella. So, no pressure, but what would you name your passerella, Sabrina?
Oh my God. I would just need to think about it, because I think my passerella will be very, very elegant. Like elegant, I think.
We should call it the Phoenix.
The Phoenix.
I love that.
What about
right.
you, Monique?
Well, I was about to say empowering, but I don't know if that's. I don't know. I would say empowering. No.
The empowering walk.
Empowering,
All
yeah.
right.
All right, I love that. Wow, I got scared for them when you asked that question. that was probably the most difficult one we've asked here today. Oh my goodness.
All right. So thank you, ladies. Miss Universe Egypt, Sabrina, Majid, Erian, and Miss Universe Denmark, Monique, Sonne. Thank you so much.